guys, today I have yet another back to school video for you. I hope you guys are enjoying these and not getting, like annoyed with them. But I just got requested to do a ton of back to school videos this year, so I thought I would do an updated one on my school supplies and like organization tips. I've actually done this video before, so some of you guys might remember it from last year. But if you're interested in any of my other back to school videos, I will link them all down below in the description box. I've done a few for this year. I'm not sure when I'm going to put this up, but I've probably done about 5 now. So if you guys want to see any back to school related videos that you might have missed from me, I will link them all down below. Also, before I go ahead and get started, I wanted to mention that I did a school supply haul on my vlog channel, which is Livin' Like Lindsey, so I will have that video linked, probably the first link down below, the school supply haul, and I can also link it right here, and it won't take you away from the video. It'll just start another tab, and then you can pause it and watch it after this or something. I have an itch under my nose. As I said, I've done this video before, and I gotten some really positive feedback on it. So basically, I'm just going to show you guys some of my school supplies and talk to you about the ways that I like to stay organized, especially starting off the new school year. I really like to get organized and try to stay that way as long as possible. So the first thing I will go ahead and talk about is a school bag. Now, I'm actually this year just using the same school bag that I used last year because it worked fine and it was a really great bag. So if you're interested in that, it is just this Victoria's Secret pink bag that I got a year ago. So they don't sell it anymore, but Victoria's Secret always has bags like this for about $20. So definitely would check there if you're looking for a school bag and you don't want a backpack. So this one is actually very large. It fits all my books that I could ever need. This is very big, but I would rather be able to fit all my books than not be able to. So I really like this one. I got it for 20 bucks last year at Victoria's Secret, and it's just, it got kind of stained from, I think, me wearing jeans last year, but I probably can just run this through the washer. I start school on Monday, not sure when Monday, August 13th, whenever this video will be up. Boo. School bag is total personal preference, whether you want to use something like a backpack, a tote bag, maybe you don't even need a backpack. Honestly, towards the end of the year, I didn't even bring this home. I just brought home like a couple binders and maybe a book if I needed, and would just hold it in my arms because I just was lazy and I didn't want to carry this. But a lot of times I did need to carry this because I had a lot of stuff to take home. The only thing I have in it right now is an umbrella, which this has nothing to do with school, but I would recommend putting an umbrella in your school bag just in case, because sometimes it just rains. You're walking out of class and it just rains and you need to get to your car or something. Bring an umbrella. So now, kind of totally switching topics, I want to talk about lockers really quick, and the biggest tip that I have for lockers, and I wish I could show you guys the shelves, but I actually went to my school orientation yesterday and I took my locker shelves in and put those in my locker. I've said this before, so you might remember me saying this last year. The biggest tip I can give you is if you want a lot of room in your locker and you don't just want it to everything be on top of each other, a big mess, is I recommend getting 2 locker shelves. If your locker is anywhere from, my school has a locker on the top and a locker on the bottom, so 2. Or if you have a giant locker, then you could probably get multiple locker shelves. But if you have a really tiny locker, this won't work. But if your locker can fit 2 locker shelves, what I recommend doing is putting one in the bottom just like normal. And then also, your locker should probably have hooks on the top, hanging the locker shelf upside down from the hooks on the top of your locker. Or if your locker doesn't have hooks, then you can just stack the other one on top of the other one. Why I recommend doing this is because it gives you 3 sections for your locker, and it literally just makes your locker look so organized, and it keeps everything really separated. So what I usually do is all my textbooks, I keep those in a section. All my binders and notebooks, I keep those in a section, and then when I get to school and I unpack my school bag, I will put that on the smallest section on the top, and if I bring a lunch, I can put that up in there too, and it really just is the perfect way for my locker to stay organized, and I would really recommend that trick. I just have 2 pink locker shelves from an office supply store. I've been using the same ones. I reuse my locker shelves. This is my 3rd year reusing them. So that's definitely a tip I can give you guys. And I brought mine at school orientation so I wouldn't have to mess with that the first day of school. So now, I guess continuing on with the actual school supplies that I have for this year. The first item I'll talk about is this baby, which I'm not sure the exact name. It is just kind of a filer thing. I said this in my school supply haul, but I used to just use a folder, and I would call that my homework folder, and that was so helpful for me because one side was stuff I needed to do, the other side was stuff that I had finished. But I find that my folder would get so thick with papers and everything would get mixed together. So when I saw this at Target, it is so cute, isn't it? This is by 5 Star. I thought that this would be so much of a better idea. So basically, you just open it and then it has 6 sections. So this is going to be great because I can separate the work I need to do for every class into separate sections and it won't be all mixed together. All I've put in here so far is some filler paper, just some extra wide rolled paper in the back, and then once I get to school and start getting papers, I'm going to separate it by my classes. So I got this at Target. I talked about it in my supply haul, but if you could find something like this, I think this is just going to be so nice for me. I personally don't like to carry a big binder just because that's too large for me, so I will show you guys the binders that I'm going to be using. I think I talked about this enough, but either a homework folder or something like this is so nice because you don't have to take home like all your separate little binders or a big binder. You can just put all the stuff that you need to do overnight in one thing, and besides books that you might need to bring home, but that is a big tip that I can give you guys. So now moving on to my binders. As I told you guys, I do not like using a big binder. I don't like walking around with anything too large. So what I do is I use separate binders, usually 1-inch binders, but 1/2 inch would probably work well too because I don't usually put too much stuff in it. So I don't have anything in my binders right now, but I will go ahead and show you guys them. They're super cute. I talked about them in my school supply haul. They're from the brand Planet, which is actually the video that I did the giveaway with the planners. It's the same, so you guys might recognize some of the patterns, but I will link their shop in the down bar in case you guys are interested in these binders. You can't get them in stores, but you can get them online, and I would really recommend them. So the first one is like this, and it is green on the inside. I just think these are absolutely adorable. The next one is, I think this one's my favorite. It's black, white, and has a little bit of pink, and then it's pink on the inside. And next we have this one, which is green, black, and white with green on the inside. And again, these are 1-inch binders. And then I have this purple and green one with violet on the inside. Now, I just showed you guys 4, and that is absolutely perfect for me because this year I'm actually taking 4 core classes, so those are going to be my perfect binders. I like to separate my stuff by classes, so all my stuff isn't mixed together, so I'm going to have 1 binder for each of my classes, and I would highly recommend you guys do that as well if you like to have individual binders. That's what I find has worked for me since I was in like 7th grade. Now next I have a notebook, and as you can tell I still have this thing on it. I need to take that off, but it's just a purple 5-star notebook, and I really love this brand because you can get either 1 subject, 3 subject, or 5 subject notebooks from them, and definitely in the past I've liked the 5 subject ones, but they are really big and bulky. So last year I went ahead and I got 2 3-section ones because I had 6 classes last year, and that worked really well for me. As I told you guys, this year I have 4 classes, so I would just kind of recommend however many classes you have, getting like one with sections for each class because it has some paper and then it has dividers where you can put like papers and stuff like that, and then you go to the next class. So as I told you guys, this year I have 4 classes, and I know this one only has 3. One of my classes is an elective, and I'm pretty positive we're not going to be needing to take notes in that class because I've taken the previous years of the class before. So I would recommend doing something like that because if you do get like individual notebooks, like 6 notebooks, I mean that's fine, but like you're gonna have to go to your locker so many times to switch out your class notebooks. So I kind of just like to get it all and carry this around the whole day because I'm lazy and I don't want to go to my locker like every single period, but if that means carrying less books, then I will definitely do it. Next, I will just show you guys a couple basic things that I got. So I got a pack of pencils. These are the Bic ones. These are some mechanical ones. This is 26, and I really like these. I like to start off the year with a big pack of pencils, and then as I said, by the end of the year I've got nothing left because I lose all my pencils somehow and like all the time. But I definitely recommend getting a big pack like this because you just want to be prepared, and you can take a few, and then when you run out, take a few more. Just keep them at home and restock. So I have those, and that's kind of the same deal for my pens. So I just got some Bic black ballpoint pens. This was super cheap. Most of you guys are probably going to need pens because some teachers, at least at my school, only like us to write certain things in pen. So you definitely always want to have a pen for something like that. And then I just have this little bag that I'm keeping in my back to school purse, which I actually just did a video on that. So it should, if it's up, it'll be linked in the down bar. This is a little My Glam bag, and I'm just reusing it to keep my stuff stuff in. So I have my pens and pencils that I just showed you guys in here. And then I also have a set of fun colored pens. This is totally not essential. I like having these because I like to have kind of one color for each class and take notes in fun colored pens if we're not turning something in. I don't know, I just think it makes it a little bit more, it makes school a little bit less boring if you're using a fun color. So totally not essential, but I think this is nice to have. And again, I always somehow lose these in like a month, the first month or two of school. So these won't last me very long, but I'm gonna cherish them while I have them. So I basically think that is everything I wanted to talk about. I feel like I might have totally forgotten something. I showed basically all my supplies and all the tips I can really think of. That's just kind of my tips for organizing with your school supplies. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. Go ahead and like this video down below if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!